Did I back up some?
No, I think you're good. I started filming. Anyways, okay. Sorry for the interruption. My son, I usually only film these when my son's asleep, and he woke up in the middle of it. His pacifier fell out. So, needed. So, we're going to start again at checking all of her pulses and then doing her. Oh, I was like, where'd my stethoscope go? And then doing all cardiovascular. So we're going to start with the radial pulses again, and you would check both right and left. These you can do at the same time, and you would say that they are a 2+, and they are normal. Their normal amplitude and strength is just fine. And then you could also do, and then you do the brachial. Do that one. We'll do this one too. That one's good. Those are also 2+. If you could stand up for me for a second. Normally a patient would be laying down, and you would check their femoral artery. It's about in the middle between their hip bones and their pubic symphysis. And you would check both on that side. You can sit back down. You would check their popliteal. It's right behind their knee. Okay, the other side, feel as well. You want to do behind their posterior tibialis. That one's good. And you would do their dorsal pedialis, top of their foot. Good, we'll do this one. It's good. And there it is. Those are all 2+. They were normal. They were going at a regular rate, rhythm, and amplitude. Your jaw can feel really good. So she's getting circulation all the way through. Okay, now we're going to listen to your heart. My little stethoscope here. Okay, first you would do, you can turn a little bit this way. There you go. First you would do aortic over here. And then pulmonic. Erb's point, tricuspid, and then mitral. You would listen to those. You would be checking for murmurs or any other other abnormal sounds. Erb's point is where the systolic and diastolic are even. The lub dub of the heart is pumping evenly. So that's a good point to check for. And that is all the cardiac pulses. I already did JVD distension. I forgot to mention in my, right here you could check for edema too, because that would be signs. Some of that's signs of peripheral vascular disorders, or can also be signs of heart failure. If it's systemically around their ankles, that's a sign of heart failure as well. There isn't any edema. She's normal. There's no swelling anywhere. Nothing looks puffy at all. So she's all good on that point. Okay. And now we're going to do GI and urinary. So she's going to stand up for this because where we can have to film, we don't have a place for her to lay down. So you can stand up and you can lift your shirt up on. Okay, you would start by listening to all the quadrants. You go down here. You start by listening to the right lower quadrant, and you actually auscultate first before you palpate, because you don't have push on something and then you're like bursting an aortic abdominal ascension, and like you're bursting that, and that's all sorts of problems. And you would start first where the patient says that they have pain, and you would work your way around from there. But she said she didn't have any pain, so we're going to start there. So you would first do her right lower, and you would listen for vowel sounds. And you should be listening for at least a minute each place. You go up. And that was the right upper quadrant. This is the left upper quadrant. And right lower quadrant. You would check for any distension, you check for any distension or swelling. We're gonna listen for any whooshing in the aortic, and then you could also listen to the renal, the iliac, and then you can even go down to the femoral and listen to those as well for any abnormalities. Hers sound all good, so she's good on that. Okay, and then you would palpate them as well. You can do a light palpation, which is about an inch, or like about 2 centimeters, and then you can do a deep palpation. You should not be able to palpate any of the organs. Maybe a tiny bit of the liver, maybe if you felt the right spot, but you should be able to feel, did any of that hurt when I pushed down? Okay. You could do a liver check test. They'd have to be laying down. You would put your hand underneath them, and then you would pull your hand underneath their rib cage, check for that. You could check for if you thought somebody had appendicitis. You could do the ileostasis test where you lift up their leg, or they would have rebounding tenderness on the left lower side for the right lower side appendicitis. You can go ahead and sit down. So everything seemed good there. She didn't have any problems, no pain. I didn't hear any bruise. That would be a whooshing sound in her arteries. So I didn't feel any pulsations from her aorta. So I don't think she's a AAA. So next we're going to do musculoskeletal. We're going to first do range of motion for one major and one minor on the upper extremities, and range of motion for one major and minor joints for the lower extremities. So first we're going to do your shoulder. I'm going to palpate it and feel it and make sure that there's nothing wrong with it. There's no swelling. Does that hurt at all? No. Okay. And she can abduct away from the body. She can adduct down. I'll turn you this way. On that side, can you do your arm all the way around? Okay, good. We'll do this side. Around. Okay. She can abduct away. She can adduct back. And palpate this one as well. Does that hurt at all? Okay. So that would be her major joint at the top. Now we're going to do a minor one at the hand. We're going to do your wrists. So can you extend? Can you flex? Can you do a waving motion? Okay, does any of that hurt? You can kind of rotate your wrist. Any of that hurt at all? Okay. You could check your elbow, make sure it's in and out as well. And you can check your fingers, and you can check all the finger joints as well. There's no swelling in any of her joints that I can see. All the color is normal. So all's fine. Now we're going to test your strength. Can you push your arm out against mine? Okay, good. We'll do it on this side. That way. Okay. And then hold your arm out, and I'm going to push down. Can you keep it up? Okay. And we're going to do this way. Okay, so bilaterally in her shoulders, she is at equal strength, and I would say that's a 5 because it's with resistance. And we're going to check your hands. Okay. So have your hands like this. I'm going to try to push them down. Okay. Have your hands like that. I'm going to try to push them up. Okay. Her range of motion in here is good, and her strength is equal there. Her contour of all of her muscles that I can see are all the same. They are good for her age and her gender. She doesn't have super huge muscles. That would be kind of strange. And they all look normal. Okay, now we're going to do range of motion for her hips. So if you can stand up. Okay, can you put your leg out? Can you do the other one? Out. Can you abduct away? Can you go adduct back in, or even kind of across? Okay, can you do the other side? Out, back in. Okay, and you can just bend your knee. Can you circumduct in a circle, other leg. Okay, range of motion with that is good. Okay, if you want to sit back down, I'm going to push on your thigh. I want you to try to lift up. Okay, and now hold your thigh up. I'll push it down. Okay, we're gonna do it this way. You push down first. Okay, now I want you to push down. Okay, so her strength is equal that way with full resistance. That would be a 5. She had full range of motion. Was there any pain involved with that? Okay, her muscles are even on both legs. I don't see any swelling. They feel like they're all in place, and that's good. So that was her major joint on her lower extremities. So now we're gonna do her ankle. Okay, can you dorsiflex back? That was this way. Can you plantar flex? Okay, can you turn it in? It's inversion, and it's eversion. Okay, we do the other one. Dorsiflex back, plantar flex this way. You kind of turn it in, you turn out. Okay, she's got full range of motion bilaterally, and yeah, you can kind of circumduct with them too. Okay, and now we're gonna test your strength. Can you push against my hand? Okay, can you pull back? Can you push against my hand? Can you pull back? There you go. So her strength is also equal in her minor extremities and her circumduction, or not circumduction, her range of motion is equal in both of her minor and her lower extremities. So now, and then her calf muscles are also equal bilaterally. There doesn't seem to be, contour of her muscles seem to be normal as well. And there's no difference in calf size or size of her ankles or anything either. Okay, so now we're gonna do a sensory test. Normally you could have like a tongue depressor and you could break it to have a sharp point. We're going to do the sharp point, the end of a pen cap, and then this is gonna be the soft. You're gonna close your eyes, and I want you to say sharp or soft. Or you can say like dull or whatever you want to say for the softer one. You say soft and say sharp, okay? And I'm gonna do it all your upper extremities and lower extremities, okay? And just say sharp or dull or soft for that, okay?
Sharp, dull, dull, sharp, sharp, soft, sharp, soft, sharp, sharp, soft, sharp, 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 soft, sharp, soft, sharp, soft.
Okay, so she's got full sensation of sharp and soft all the way through both arms and down to her legs and even down to her feet. So we tested all of those. She knows she can feel all those things. So there's no concern for maybe some loss of peripheral sensory feeling there. She had range of motion. She had full strength in all of those. Contour was the same. Strength is the same as all 5. So she is all good in the musculoskeletal section. So now I would do my closure. I would say, did anything come up while we were doing that? Did you feel anything? Did anything start hurting more? Okay. If we were in a hospital setting, I would ask her, can I get you anything? Any water, any blankets? I would make sure the call light was in reach. I would lower the bed all the way down. I would raise the armrest. I would put it in the lock position. But since this is just a doctor's visit, she doesn't really need anything, I would ask her if she had any questions. I would say thank you for your time and for coming in today, and I would wash my hands again before I left, and I would walk out.